Hello everyone, I'm Anne-Marie.
And I'm Sally.
And welcome to your ICE Assembly for this week.
So this half term we've been following the story of Moses. He's a very famous person in the Bible. We've been learning about how he was born and how God kept him safe in a really dangerous time. We've learned about how he made a big mistake when he tried to help out his family who were slaves in Egypt, but he didn't go about it in a very good way. But he learned from that. And now we see he is in Midian and he is a shepherd, and we're going to follow what happens to him next.
But before we get stuck into that, Sally, I have a challenge for you.
Ooh.
So everyone, we'll be right back. Alright everyone, so here are my challenges laid out for Sally. First of all, she will have to find all of the autumn leaves on our lovely tree. She'll have to pick them off and put them in a nice autumn pile there before moving on to finding the sweet on the tray. Now it might be hard to see on camera, but it's just there. That seems quite easy, but she's not allowed to use her hands, and we're going to add some cream. So let me just make this a little bit more tricky for Sally, because why make things too easy? Okay, there we go. I think that's perfect. There we go. That should add just the right amount of challenge. And then, if Sally is successful here, she'll move on to this end of the table where we have these little containers. And it looks like there are 3 eggs, but these 2, they're not real. They're rubber eggs. You can juggle with them. I'm not going to, because I will definitely drop them in the cream and make an even bigger mess, maybe next time. And then we have one here that is real. So whichever egg she first puts her hand on, she will have to raise up and boop herself on the head with it. And if it's the real egg, that's going to get really messy really quickly. So hopefully she can find the fake eggs, not the real one. And all of this is going to be timed. She has 2 minutes to complete this challenge. If she does it in under 2 minutes, she gets the delicious sweetie there. If she goes over 2 minutes, Sally will have to endure the licorice sweetie. Sally doesn't like licorice. Some people do, I do, this wouldn't be too bad. But it's going to be pretty gross for Sally. Now, I can already hear you thinking, this is a pretty easy challenge, if you can see. Sally's going to be blindfolded. How's she going to manage this? Well, we've got a guide, so we've brought in Caitlin from the Pays team.
Hi everyone!
Who's going to guide Sally around our challenges, so you have to help her find the right ones.
Yes.
Resist the temptation to get Sally to smash a real egg on her head.
I'll try.
And guide her safely through.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to go and fetch Sally, and we'll see how she does.
Okay Sally, so we're going to start with the tree activity. Are you ready?
Okay, yes.
Okay, so if you get your left hand, if you just put it straight in front of you.
Okay.
So
Oh,
it's
there's
a
a
bit
thing.
wooden. Yep, so if you just pick it
Okay,
up.
that's a leaf.
Amazing, yep. So if you just drop that, yep. And then
Okay.
if you go forward again, go up a bit more. Yes, you've got one there.
Okay, hello
Oh,
leaf.
she's doing great. And if you go up a bit more. to the
Oh,
right,
that's
yeah.
a virtual tree.
Stunning!
Got another. And if you go down, to the right again, to the right.
Right, left and right.
Yes,
Yeah.
you get another. And to the left.
Aha.
She's doing great.
Oh,
She's doing
amazing.
amazing. If you go down again, and you want to go a bit further forward, you want to go on the other side.
Ooh.
You've got it.
Hey,
You've
that's
got
all the leaves.
Amazing. On to the
job.
next activity.
Okay.
So we've got. You need to find the sweet, but
Okay.
there's a bit of cream. So if you maybe like kneel slightly more.
Okay, I'll have to lean down. I'll lean against the wall. Is it just in front of me?
It's just in front of you.
Okay.
But you're not allowed to use your hands.
Okay.
Okay, so you might have to use your mouth. So maybe go a bit lower to the right.
No,
To the right.
Which way's right? That way's
To the
right.
right. Yes, a bit more right. To the right. To the right. And I think you can start lowering. Maybe more right, more right.
More right, more right.
Yeah, more right.
Alright.
Keep lowering. I think she's ready. Yep.
Oh, amazing!
I'll say that. Oh.
Are you ready? You've only got a bit of cream on you as well. You did really well. Are you ready for the next challenge?
Okay.
Okay, so you've got 3 eggs. So if you
Okay.
put your right hand forward, we'll go for right hand. And if you go to the right, and one of these is real, we don't want that one. So
Okay,
go
okay.
a bit more right. A bit more right. A bit down.
That one?
I'll say grab that one.
Okay. Against my head?
Go for it.
Hey! Okay, everybody, I'm going to show you the time on there so that you can see. Right, so that means that Sally gets
Yay!
that one. So I'm going to hold it out and tip it into your hands.
Hey! I know what that is.
That was well well done. Very well done.
Yeah.
Excellent guiding.
Really good instructions. Thank you. I could really trust you. I felt completely
Very
safe.
glad.
That was really
Very good teamwork, you guys. Well done.
Really good. Thank you.
Moses had run away from Egypt. He was no longer a prince, just an ordinary man. In fact, he was a shepherd, looking after his father-in-law's sheep. He would lead his sheep back and forth along the desert, looking for land to graze on. One day, he came to Mount Sinai, the mountain of God, and that is where he saw something very strange. There was a bush, and it was on fire, but the bush wasn't burning up. Amazed, Moses went to take a closer look at this strange thing, and as he stepped forward, he heard a voice calling from the bush.
Moses, Moses,
"Here I am."
do not come any closer. Take off your sandals, because you are standing on holy ground. I am the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob.
Moses was terrified. He covered his face up so he couldn't look at God.
I have seen the troubles my people have suffered in Egypt, and I have heard their cries when the Egyptian slave masters hurt them. I am concerned about their pain, and I have come down to save them from the Egyptians. I will bring them out of that land and lead them to a good land with lots of room. I am sending you to the king of Egypt. Go, bring my people out of Egypt.
I am not a great man. How can I go to the king and lead the Israelites out of Egypt?
I will be with you. This will be the proof that I am sending you. After you lead the people out of Egypt, all of you will worship me on this mountain.
Suppose I go to the people and tell them, "The God of your ancestors sent me to you." What if the people say, "What is his name?" What should I tell them?
I am who I am. When you go to the people of Israel, tell them, I am sent me to you. This will always be my name, by which people from now on will know me.
God told Moses what to do next. He should go to all the leaders of Israel and let them know that God had heard their hurts and that he cared about them. Then, together, they would go to Pharaoh and ask him to let the people go into the desert to worship for a few days. But what about Pharaoh?
I know that the king of Egypt will not let you go. Only a great power will force him to let you go. So I will use my great power against Egypt. I will strike Egypt with all the miracles that will happen in that land. After I do that, he will let you go.
But what if they don't believe me? What if they don't listen to me or say you didn't send me?
What is that in your hand?
A staff.
Throw it on the ground.
And so Moses did. And it became a snake. Ah!
Reach out your hand and take it by the tail.
And so Moses did. And it became a staff again.
This is so that they will believe that I have appeared to you.
But Moses was still reluctant. I'm not good at speaking to people. I can't find the right words to say.
Moses. Who was it who made words and people's mouths to speak them? I will help you speak and teach you what to say.
Please, God, can't you send someone else?
Moses, stop. I have chosen you for this job, and I will give you everything that you need. Now go. Your brother Aaron is already on his way to you to help you to speak. He will be glad to see you.
So Moses went. When he got home, he asked his father-in-law, Jethro, to let him go. and Jethro sent him off with many good wishes. A new chapter in Moses' life was just about to begin. Moses probably thought that the dramatic part of his life was over and behind him. He was done being a prince in Egypt. He was now a shepherd in Midian. He'd gotten married and he was good at his job. But God had other plans, not just to give Moses a new beginning, but to use Moses to give all of his family, who were having a really hard time, a new beginning as well.
But Moses didn't really actually like the idea of that. He was comfortable where he was in Midian with his new life. He knew what he was doing and he was getting pretty confident at it. Going to do this thing for God and speak to Pharaoh and kind of stand up for all his people actually sounded really scary. He really didn't want to do it. He didn't feel clever enough, good enough, or brave enough, and he thought God should send someone else.
But Moses had forgotten an important thing. God promised that he would never be alone in any of the challenges that he was going to face. God said that he would be with Moses, giving him the words to say and helping him to do amazing things to help convince Pharaoh to let his people go. And not just that, he was sending Moses' brother, Aaron, to help him talk and help him with that thing he was really nervous about. So that promise gave Moses the courage to go back to Egypt and do what God had planned for him. And he did some extraordinary things that we're going to learn about next week.
I wonder if you have felt like Moses did in today's story. If you are feeling nervous about a new beginning, whether it's a new start of term for the new school year, maybe joining a new club or starting a new hobby. You might have felt the same sorts of things that Moses did, feeling I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not brave enough to start that new thing, or I'm just not clever enough to do it. Maybe you've even thought, anything but me, send someone else instead.
We hope today's story can encourage you to look out for the people who are there alongside you. So it might be a classmate. You can team up and maybe help remind each other of what your homework is, or spend time on the playground together so you've always got someone to spend time with. It could be a teacher who's teaching you a new skill. That could be at school or in your new hobby. Well, you can listen well to what they say and take on all their wisdom and helpful knowledge nuggets to help you as you learn. Or perhaps it's a friend or family member, and you can go to them and ask for the hugs that you need or cheers you need as you have successes and challenges along the way.
And remember what Moses learned today, that through all of those different new beginnings and challenges, God was right there with him. So maybe you might like to look out for the ways that God is helping you in your new beginnings and all the joys and the challenges that you face. And don't forget that you can always ask for God's help through all of those different things.
Loving God, thank you that Moses could trust you in times when he was nervous or didn't feel strong enough, that you were always there with him. Please help us in those times too. We thank you for the people in our lives who help us along the way, and please help us to look out for ways that you are helping us too. Amen.